Hi, everybody. You're gonna have to humor me a little bit here. This isn't gonna be like a normal fun video, so I'm sorry, but this I think is an important conversation that we need to have. We are in the middle of a very important election season right now, so I first just want to urge all of you to go vote. Whether you voted by mail already, like I did, or you're dropping your ballot off, or voting in person, please just go do it. You know, who you vote for might be a partisan thing, but the act of voting is not. So please go vote. Now, nobody asked me to come out and say who I'm voting for, but given the current political climate, I feel compelled to do so and kind of explain my decision. And I guess I'd say it's a little bit less about who I'm voting for and more about who I'm voting against. Because frankly, voting for Donald Trump is a very personal attack on me and my family. And I'll explain why by introducing you to my grandparents. My grandparents were really just kids when, on February 19th, 1942, right as the United States was entering World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which called for the immediate uprooting and incarceration of people of Japanese descent. Basically, it became legal for the military to strip Japanese people of their lives and imprison them in internment camps. This was a cowardly political act of fear that was a response to racial tensions during World War II that had lasting consequences for Japanese American people, the vast majority of whom were citizens of this country and as loyal to this country as anybody else. I want to be clear that this was not like a Holocaust level atrocity, but it was an atrocity nonetheless. Japanese people, including my ancestors, had to leave all their belongings and livelihoods behind, and for years were forced to live in unlivable, inhumane conditions under the threat of being killed if they disobeyed. This is a very dark part of American history that gets glossed over in history textbooks. This is my grandma Helen. I called her Bachan, which is kind of a Japanese slang term for grandma. While I was in elementary school, she would go around to different schools, including mine, and speak about the camps and her experience. And the main message that she was sharing was very clear and very simple. Be kind to all that live. I will forever admire her because she was never angry about being put in those camps. She didn't hold a grudge. She just wanted people to learn from her experience and be kind. And she shared that message with us kids with the goal of spreading awareness of these atrocities so that something like that would never happen again to anybody, so that history would never repeat itself. Unfortunately, we're seeing history repeat itself right now. Trump's very segregationist actions and rhetoric around minorities is chillingly similar to the unjust and horrifying actions towards my family in the 1940s. The 1940s. That's how far of a step back we've taken. He banned Muslims from entering the country. He has enabled the detainment of migrant children at the border. He's even on record saying that there's a chance he would have supported the internment of Japanese Americans. That is just incomprehensibly ignorant and offensive. And I feel like that just scratches the surface on why Donald Trump is just unfit to hold office. I submitted my ballot about a month ago for Joe Biden. He was not my first choice. He is old, and he does not represent some of the more progressive change that I think we need in this country, but he is a step in the right direction. The reality is, progressive change can't just happen overnight. And with Joe Biden, we at least have a chance to start moving in that direction towards a country that is actually a decent place to live for everybody, regardless of skin color, gender, sexual orientation, religious beliefs, and how much money you make. Okay, I think that's all I want to say. Maybe I lose some followers because of this, but I hope that if you're still watching this and you're still planning on voting for Donald Trump, that instead of dismissing me entirely as a person, you'll at least engage with me in a conversation about it. Thanks.